The withered bone corpse demon and the red-haired succubus shot out together, moving with the speed of lightning, quickly surrounding the Taishu Immortal. Withered bone 6 demons. The withered bone corpse demon's gaze locked onto the Taishu Immortal, coldness flowing in his eyes. With a flick of his hand, 6 monstrous, demonic figures made of withered bone materialized, floating in the air. The 6 demonic statues, like lifeless puppets, emerged with a savage howl. A terrifying wave of evil energy swept through the air. Succubus Phantom. The red-haired succubus showed no emotion, offering no words or mercy. Her body trembled, and a seductive, red-glowing demonic shadow shot out with a fierce, terrifying howl. The air around the alluring demonic shadow was thick with an eerie aura, as if one could be easily bewitched and lose their soul with just a glance. It was unnervingly bizarre. Even facing an opponent as strong as the Taishu Immortal, a powerhouse approaching the 6th reincarnation stage, the withered bone corpse demon and the red-haired succubus held nothing back. They immediately unleashed their most devastating attacks. They knew that if they didn't go all out, it would be them who would fall. The 6 withered bone statues and the soul-devouring demonic shadow stood in the void. The terrifying ripples they radiated were enough to make even the Taishu Immortal slightly flinch. This was the terrifying might of a peak Red King stage powerhouse. You two really are hiding your strength, the Taishu Immortal remarked coldly. But trespassing into the heart of my immortal realm comes with a price. Come, sword. With a low roar, a beam of light shot into the sky, and 6 cyan energy swords appeared out of thin air, floating gracefully above the Taishu Immortal's head. The dazzling sacred power rippled, and in an instant, the 6 swords pierced through the 7 demonic shadows. Boom! The 6 withered bone statues and the seductive demonic shadow suddenly expanded, the demonic runes covering their bodies shaking violently before they exploded with a deafening crash. The torrential evil energy fell like a storm, and the sound of mournful wails echoed through the heavens and earth. How is this possible? The withered bone corpse demon and the red-haired succubus eyes widened, and they each spat out a mouthful of origin evil blood. Such a powerful attack had drawn upon their core strength, yet it hadn't even fazed the Taishu Immortal? This man, he's too strong. The world seemed to fall into an eerie silence, as countless demonic clouds stopped writhing, as if waiting for orders from the 2 half-gods. At the peak of the 5th reincarnation stage, coupled with the power of a divine artifact, the Taishu Immortal's strength was no longer something a mere Red King stage could contend with. My lord, your protector has fallen. However, the Palace Master of the Moon God Palace, the Palace Master of the Floral God Palace, and even the Blood Demon under the Bloodstone Evil Sovereign's command have all fallen as well. A shadow, the only one of the 4 Red King stage figures to remain unseen, quietly approached the Dark Demon and respectfully spoke. The Dark Demon nodded indifferently, as though unconcerned. After a moment, he turned to the Evil Sovereign and said, "This man has many ways to counter me. I fear. I know." The Bloodstone Evil Sovereign growled coldly, his blood energy rising. From the earlier exchange, it was clear that the Taishu Immortal's strength could only be dealt with by him personally. 10,000 demonic arts. Stepping forward, the Bloodstone Evil Sovereign took the place of the 2 previous attackers. His blood-red evil energy surged, seemingly gathering into some terrifying killing move. Blood-colored setting sun. Cold killing intent erupted, and a blood-red orb, resembling the sun, slowly rose from his body. Soon after, a small crack appeared in the eerie blood-colored setting sun, and through it, a blood-red demonic eye emerged. The moment it appeared, all energy in the day and stars seemed to come to a halt. Blood-fiend demon eyes. Extraterritorial 7th evil artifact. At this moment, the 6 energy swords above the Taishu Immortal's head hummed, and an overwhelming sense of unease surged in his heart. Though the Bloodstone Evil Sovereign was a half-demonic god, he had not ascended to full evil god status, meaning he could not wield the special weapons exclusive to evil gods. Yet, the blood fiend demon eyes, ranked 7th among the extraterritorial evil artifacts, were still enough to put immense pressure on the Taishu Immortal. The blood-colored setting sun continued to rise. Under the eerie red light, the withered bone corpse demon and the red-haired succubus. Wounds quickly healed, as if the setting sun's demonic eye was gathering some kind of horrifying power. With a sound like a shooting star, the attack shot forward. The blood-colored evil sun and the demonic eye plummeted, like a deathly shackle from the depths of hell, piercing through layers of void and heading straight for the Taishu Immortal's forehead. If this strike landed, it would likely result in death or, at the very least, grievous injury. 6 chi swords suddenly hummed, their sounds merging into one. In an instant, they overlapped and fused, forming a single chi sword that spanned the entire small world, its length only an inch. The chi sword appeared ordinary, but the entire blade was covered in countless mysterious and incomprehensible divine patterns, radiating a dazzling brilliance. Boom! The sword was raised and swung toward the blood-red setting sun's demon eye. As it struck, the entire world seemed to contract, as if a heartbeat had slightly compressed. Then, a vast surge of energy exploded uncontrollably. The blood-red setting sun, carrying the demon eye, sent a beam of deathly light plummeting from the sky. In the blink of an eye, it pierced through the void and arrived mere tens of meters above the Taishu Immortal's head. The blood-red setting sun twisted slightly, and the demon eye blinked, releasing destructive power that tore through everything in this small world, annihilating all in its path. Taishu sword intent, slash of impermanence. Seeing the perilous situation, a faint smile appeared on the Taishu Immortal's face. Vast reincarnation energy poured out from his body like a black hole, flowing into the inch-long chi sword. Whir! The sword was swung, lightly flicked as if by a child with no strength to even break a chicken's feathers. To anyone watching, it seemed to have no power at all. Yet this very attack shattered the bloodstone evil sovereign's prideful strike. Creak! The chi sword sliced through the void, carrying the Taishu Immortal's body, effortlessly passing through the blood-red setting sun before everyone's eyes. At that moment, faint cracks began to appear on the evil demon eye, rapidly expanding in the onlooker's pupils. Finally, with a soft hiss, the blood-red setting sun shattered into countless fragments, and the demon eye was completely consumed by the void. The attack vanished, fading into oblivion. Gulp! At this moment, a sense of disbelief appeared in the minds of the 4 Red King stage experts. In the sky, the Taishu Immortal, holding his inch-long chi sword, subtly turned his head. A murderous aura was projected toward the onlookers. It was as though an almighty ruler were looking down upon the insignificant ants crawling on the ground. Countless emotions of disdain and mockery radiated from the Taishu Immortal, and an unprecedented sense of fear quietly spread in their hearts. Clap, clap, clap. Wonderful! The Taishu sword intent is truly unrivaled in the world. After a moment of stunned silence, the dark demon, who had remained motionless, raised a faint smile at the corners of his lips. His palm clapped, releasing a sharp and jarring sound of applause. It seemed as though he was congratulating the Taishu Immortal for such a terrifying killing move. To be able to effortlessly counter the bloodstone evil sovereign's attack, this guy's strength was beyond description. Everyone, this is where your journey ends. The Taishu Immortal looked at the dark demon with some confusion. For some reason, he felt a subtle shiver from this seemingly harmless, handsome man. This sensation was one he had only ever felt from the Heavenly Emperor and the Xun'er King of War at the very center of the immortal realm. Impossible. Seeing his terrifying attack so easily neutralized by the Taishu Immortal, a dark and twisted expression appeared on the bloodstone evil sovereign's face. I told you, in the center of the immortal realm, the strong are like clouds. The dark demon didn't seem surprised. He simply shook his head at the bloodstone evil sovereign. And this is only the 3rd divine palace, yet it's already so troublesome? What kind of existence are the 2nd divine palace and the heavenly emperor of the central realm? Dark demon, you must give me an explanation for this. The bloodstone evil sovereign was engulfed by rage. Dark flames began to swirl around his body, and a terrifying aura once again spread out. Fifth reincarnation stage peak? What's going on? Yet why does his aura feel so floaty? As the black flames emanated from the bloodstone evil sovereign, his strength was fully revealed to the Taishu Immortal. It seemed that their powers were nearly on par. Both were at the peak of the fifth reincarnation stage. Explanation? After you erase him, I will naturally explain. If you can't erase him, then this plan will end in failure. The dark demon shook his head with slight regret, yet still made no move, remaining entirely as a spectator throughout. Bastard! A heart-wrenching roar erupted from the bloodstone evil sovereign's mouth, a faint trace of intent to attack the dark demon hidden within. Among the four Red King stage experts, the only strong one quietly stood next to the dark demon, seemingly prepared to protect him. Don't forget our agreement. I'm only responsible for the Heavenly Emperor. The rest? Facing the bloodstone evil sovereign's furious face, the dark demon appeared calm. Let's join forces and kill him. With a gritted jaw, the bloodstone evil sovereign's eyes turned vicious as he once again spoke in a chilling tone. The black demon, withered bone corpse demon, and red-haired succubus stepped forward together, forming a four-pronged encirclement around the Taishu Immortal. The seemingly effortless strike moments ago had drained half of his reincarnation power, and now, with the four of them surrounding him, the pressure was multiplying. You three, summon the blood magic. On the palm of the bloodstone evil sovereign, a sinister bloodstone suddenly appeared. Countless blood-red worms seemed to crawl upon its surface, creating a terrifying sight. The sound of them gnawing and chewing tortured the soul of the Taishu Immortal, as if some kind of magic was at work, and it felt as though all his strength was being devoured, as fragile as a sheet of paper. Pu. The three exchanged glances. Though hesitant, in the next instant, they simultaneously bit their tongues, and 3 drops of blood, shining with a crimson light, shot out from their bodies. In an instant, an endless stream of evil power erupted from the 3 drops of blood, transforming into a vast storm of evil energy that ravaged the skies. The evil fluctuations contained within caused the entire world to teeter on the brink of collapse. Bloodstone. Suppress? Watching this scene, a maddened grin appeared on the face of the bloodstone evil sovereign. With a wave of his hand, he directly injected the 3 drops of blood into the bloodstone. The usually calm bloodstone began to stir. A foul wind and blood rain swept across the heavens and earth, and the eerie and sinister evil power spread, causing Taishu Immortal's expression to constantly change. Taishu armor. Feeling the immense pressure, Taishu Immortal's face grew serious. After a brief moment, he took out a set of ancient armor from the spatial ring on his finger. Covered in silver runes, the armor was donned. You forced my hand. Die. With the bloodstone under his control, the bloodstone evil sovereign's power became unfathomable. His body stood proudly at the peak of the heavens, the bloodstorm ravaging freely. With a contemptuous expression, he looked down at Taishu Immortal and growled. Now, he was the true ruler of this world, and judgment was at hand. Boom! With a heavy swing of his palm, the bloodstone, influenced by the 3 drops of blood, erupted with a swarm of countless tiny creatures, crawling downwards in droves and attacking the Taishu Immortal. The creatures pouring out of the bloodstone were like ants, like all-devouring insects. But with such vast numbers, the space collapsed wherever they passed, as if all the power left in the aftermath had been devoured completely. With each wave, Taishu Immortal's skin and hair stood on end. A primal fear of death surged in his heart. Taishu armor, invincible. Realizing the severity of the attack, Taishu Immortal immediately closed his eyes, channeling the divine power of the Immortal Realm's artifact, releasing its most ancient radiance to protect himself. Tear him apart. Whether it's his body or soul, they are yours. Swish, swish. The bloodstone evil sovereign's voice was grating and harsh. Wum wum. The clash of attack and defense spread through the small world. Such terrifying power collided, releasing an outpouring of energy that twisted and devoured the surrounding space. In just a few breaths, the ground was in ruins, and black vortexes appeared without end. My lord. Watching this scene, the normally silent last Red King stage could not help but speak up. Creak. The dark demon slightly shook his head, then began to move. Xiao, your heart is in turmoil. On the young, handsome face of the dark demon, there was no sign of panic. Instead, a faint smile appeared. In an instant, he bypassed the core of the clash and arrived behind Xiao Immortal.
No.
Xiao Immortal seemed to realize something and suddenly exclaimed in disbelief. Crack! A dark red symbol, like that of death itself, silently descended. With lightning speed, it sliced open Xiao Immortal's chest. Your heart is warm. It's blood red. It seems I was wrong. The dark demon waved his hand and began rummaging through Xiao Immortal's chest, as if searching for something. After a moment, he found the slowly beating heart and, with a guilty look, said, I was wrong. Crack! With a single motion, the heart shattered, and the vast reincarnation power and life force began to crumble bit by bit. Your power. A mouthful of blood sprayed from Xiao Immortal's mouth as his body was violently thrown back, forcing the dark demon away. Shock and disbelief were written across his face. In the clash of their deadliest attack and defense, there was no time to pull back. The dark demon's strike had caused Xiao Immortal to instantly fall. Even the Xiao armor was now cracking with a continuous sound of splitting. It finally shattered under the combined efforts of the two powerful beings. Rip! A mysterious scroll tore open, and Xiao Immortal, heavily wounded, fled deeper into the space. Be careful, that bastard's trying to run. Don't worry, he won't escape. Let's play the long game and catch the big fish. Let's go. It's time to meet this so-called ruler of the immortal realm, or should I say, this self-proclaimed ruler of the celestial realm. As the voice faded, a vast cloud of demonic energy began to move, heading toward the center. Pu-chi. The Xiao armor shattered. If not repaired in time, it would likely be of no use in the future. But now, with his own survival in question, this divine artifact might remain in this state. His heart had just been torn apart, a heart forged from his very essence. Now, it was being corrupted by the dark demon. With his severely injured body, there seemed to be no chance of recovery. No, even if I fall here, I must report this matter to Lord Heavenly Emperor. I must let Lord Heavenly Emperor find a countermeasure. With his heavily wounded body, he crawled forward at great speed. But one thing continued to perplex the Xiao Immortal. This person at the peak of the 5th reincarnation stage should have been powerful enough to stand at the level of the extraterritorial 7 evil gods. So why was the bloodstone evil sovereign only a half-demonic god? Moreover, the strength of that dark demon was unpredictable, faintly surpassing even the bloodstone evil sovereign. It was all too strange. The hierarchy and strength within the extraterritorial evil clan were extremely strict. Rank, status, and strength were undoubtedly the most telling measures of their value. But this scene truly left him confused. Even more bizarre, the dark demon seemed able to ignore their combined attacks and use some kind of force to shatter his very essence. The images of these events flooded his mind, filling the Xiao Immortal with a sense of impending doom. His voice fell, and he leaped over the second divine palace, heading toward the heart of the immortal realm. From the looks of it, he was heading to the center of the celestial realm, to the heavenly emperor's divine palace. The second divine palace, the Xun'er King of War's residence. Seems like they're all gathered in the first divine palace right now. The ruler of the celestial realm, the heavenly emperor. The peak power of the extraterritorial evil clan. After some time, Xiao and the others arrived at the second divine palace. As they gazed at the complex and mysterious arrangements within, they detected no suspicious auras, and Xiao quietly murmured, Xiao, make sure not to reveal your Xiao clan identity. Heart pounding, Yao Ling shook her head, as if afraid of something. With the heavenly emperor's strength and conduct, if he discovered Xiao true identity, the consequences would be unimaginable. Understood, let's go. With that, the four of them left the place. At the deepest point of the Lioli lantern path, a silvery glow filled the area, like the very end of the Immortal Realm's center. The concentration of energy and the stability of space here were the most powerful in the entire Immortal Realm. In the dim, shadowy passage, countless silvery energies flickered like thunder, highlighting a vast, ancient hall that slowly emerged. The second divine palace is actually empty. Looks like the real action is about to begin. This is the head of the divine palaces. The magic clouds rolled, and after a moment of stillness, they arrived at the final divine palace. This divine palace looked completely different from the others. The silvery plaque seemed to carry the weight of ages, and complex silver energies coiled around the palace's exterior. The withered bone corpse demon and the red-haired succubus, upon sensing the silver power, were filled with a long-forgotten fear. This ripple of power seemed to surpass anything they had encountered from any powerful being. It was an entity on par with the extraterritorial seven evil gods. A grave look appeared in their eyes, and even the movement of the evil energies slowed. "Don't worry, everything is under control." Seeing the others' expressions, the dark demon smiled faintly, his expression one of complete composure. It seemed as though everything was within his control. Heavenly Emperor. At this moment, the other four were reassured by his words and calmed slightly. Then, the four of them, including the bloodstone evil sovereign, exuded a powerful battle intent, while the dark demon stared at the divine palace with fiery eyes. "Bai Ying, keep an eye on those powerful beings we've captured from the center of the Immortal Realm. Their presence is the key to our victory. Evil Sovereign, let's go." The dark demon turned to the bloodstone evil sovereign and spoke. "Dark demon, the heavenly emperor's strength is profound. I cannot assist you much." The evil sovereign didn't move immediately but stood still and spoke. "This is the final battle of the Immortal Realm Center. Let's go." The six of them had just spoken when they entered the palace, one after the other. Outside, countless magic clouds surged, seemingly wanting to follow the six into the divine palace, but the silver energy exploded with an overwhelming sacred aura, blocking them completely. Inside the Heavenly Emperor's divine palace, Realm Lord, a great disaster is upon us. A panicked voice echoed through the divine palace. "What is it? Disturbing this emperor?" A low growl resounded through the silver-white thunder realm. "Lord Heavenly Emperor, the extraterritorial evil clan is attacking the Immortal Realm, and the upper three heavens of the Immortal Realm have already fallen. Moreover, 14 of the 16 divine palaces in the center of the Immortal Realm have already been taken." The Xiao Immortal, full of regret, spoke to the world, though the Heavenly Emperor's true form was not visible. Hearing these words, the Heavenly Emperor's voice clearly changed, his emotions shifting. In an instant, he transformed into a silver thunderball and appeared beside the severely injured Xiao Immortal. "Realm Lord, please make a swift decision, or our celestial realm." Xiao Immortal's remaining spiritual form spoke tremulously, seemingly instinctively afraid of the Heavenly Emperor. "Ha! Truly delicious." Without another word, the thunderball let out a howl, and all of Xiao Immortal's remaining power was instantly consumed. Even one as strong as Xiao Immortal was completely wiped out from this world. His body and soul perished. Extraterritorial evil clan, and the scent of the Xiao clan. "Looks like it's time for a grand performance with you all. Let me see. Which path will be taken? The evil god's ascension, or my own rise? The celestial realm's destruction, or the demise of the extraterritorial? Which will you choose? I truly look forward to it." Also, with the Xiao clan's descendants and several sacred flames, TSK. As the words fell, the entire Silver Thunder realm returned to calm, but this realm filled with chaotic energy gradually transformed into a scene resembling the heavenly pool. Countless thunderclaps rumbled in the heavenly pool, forming an immense thunderous square. The square was empty, and apart from the thunder's roar, the divine palace was filled only with a vast and empty void. It seemed as if the Heavenly Emperor had done this intentionally, not wanting anyone to know he had already taken control of the chaotic power. Moreover, this heavenly pool shape was bizarre, as though it had appeared to welcome someone. 6 demonic figures howled as they silently entered the Heavenly Emperor's divine palace. In the brief moment of confusion, the heavenly pool's void was suddenly torn by an invisible hand, and a faint light door appeared, accompanied by a terrifying force that surpassed heaven and earth. The 6 looked up, and above the thunder square's void, the light door shimmered. A majestic figure holding a thunder fan appeared, like a true ruler of the heavens, standing above all things. With a single step, the figure crossed the void, and all the heavenly energy immediately dimmed. Even the evil powers within the 6 demonic figures' bodies were as if threatened by a fatal force. That was the strongest in the immortal realm, the Lord of the celestial realm, the Heavenly Emperor. In the vast world of the heavenly pool, grand and holy thunderous sounds echoed, reverberating endlessly. It was as if some ancient aura was suppressing the evil fluctuations on the 6, causing them to feel fear and unease. The figure holding the silver thunder fan moved slightly, and the silver thunder brilliance around him howled with a mysterious and complex power. Every time the thunder surged, it brought an overwhelming rumbling sound that intensified the pressure on the 3. The Heavenly Emperor, dressed in silver robes, stood with one hand raised. He gently waved the thunder fan, as though the life and death of all the realms rested solely on his will. The ruler of the immortal realm, his fame vast. The dark demon and the bloodstone evil sovereign took a step forward, with endless evil energy swirling around them, seemingly resisting the terrifying power of the heavenly thunder for the 4 behind them. 2 half-demonic gods, for Red King stage figures. This lineup is indeed somewhat terrifying. Yet, you all didn't stay quietly in your own realm, and instead, you dared to step into my great 1,000 worlds, seeking death, are you? The Heavenly Emperor's cold voice echoed through the thunderous void. The vast, thunderous sound rumbled, instantly enveloping the entire heavenly pool. Humph! The 2 half-demonic gods snorted in unison, their bodies surrounded by evil blood-red light, slowly shielding the 6 behind them. Even so, they could not protect themselves entirely, as the thunder arcs flowing through the thunder square and the void subtly passed through their bodies, sending waves of dread through their hearts. This thunder power, it was perhaps the strongest they had ever encountered. Holy, unyielding. There was even a rebellious and powerful aura that gradually suppressed and devoured the evil energy within their bodies. It's really you. I never thought. Back in the first heavenly war, you were just a coward from a small world. Yet now you've become the strongest ruler of a domain. A dark red demonic aura began to manifest on the dark demon's face as his eyes slowly fixed on the Heavenly Emperor. I also never imagined that, back then, a mere outsider with no rank, a tiny insect from another world, would now have the audacity to gather an army and attack my celestial realm. The Heavenly Emperor seemed unperturbed, his tone calm as though recounting an everyday occurrence. Less chatter. Today, I'm here to take your life. An insect from the great 1,000 worlds like you, even if you die by my hand, it will be a blessing for the great 1,000 worlds. The dark demon began to shift, infinite evil energy gathering around him. Make your move. Let me see just how much stronger you've become after so many millennia. Amidst the silver thunder, this was no ordinary lightning. The crackling bolts were already infused with a faint aura of profound energy. Even when compared to the gray thunder of the Thunder Lord, this power was no less formidable. This was the supreme heavenly thunder of the celestial realm, its power utterly terrifying. Dark celestial realm. The dark demon sneered coldly, flicking his sleeve, and a flood of thick, malicious energy burst forth. The black, evil aura spread across the sky like a curtain, and immediately, a low hum echoed through the thunder world, as if some malevolent, extreme creature was hiding within. Whom! In the next moment, from the depths of the black energy came a growl, and dark red, evil beasts erupted. Each of these beasts bore a mysterious magic seal. The beasts took on various forms, resembling thunder lions, ferocious apes, and more. Yet, without exception, they were all carefully crafted by the dark demon, and with the added power of the illusory dark curse, they radiated astonishing waves of energy. Ryup, the heavenly emperor, stepped on the divine thunder, his gaze indifferent as he raised his hand, gently waving a lightning fan. The silver fan left his hand in an instant, transforming into a vast thunder net that surged forward with immense force. The two forces clashed instantly, without any unnecessary sparks or explosions. Countless evil beasts were sent tumbling in all directions, their bodies vibrating as they were ensnared by the thunder net. After a brief struggle, they were effortlessly erased from existence. The thunder world returned to calm, and the oppressive dark energy vanished as if it had never been there, too fleeting to leave any lasting trace. Watching the simplicity of this exchange, the withered bone corpse demon and his companions could not help but stare in disbelief. Was this truly the power of the celestial realm's ruler, the heavenly emperor? Was it really so terrifying? The dark demon, whose strength had even surpassed the bloodstone evil sovereign, now appeared utterly weak before the heavenly emperor. The world fell silent as the heavenly emperor's gaze slowly turned to the 6 individuals before him. You carry familiar energies. Could it be you are from the center of the immortal realm? The heavenly emperor's eyes suddenly fixed on Bai Ying. With his keen senses, it was not difficult to detect the presence of some mysterious artifact on him. An artifact that seemed to be suppressing the energy and life forces of several others. Truly useless. Seeing several immortal realm experts being defeated and suppressed by the 6 before him, the heavenly emperor showed no anger, only shaking his head in disappointment. This guy. The dark demon trembled violently, only to stabilize once again. His evil energy surged as a stronger attack began to take shape. Dark celestial demon finger. Ignoring the heavenly emperor, the dark demon raised his hand with a crazed look in his eyes. His 2 fingers curled, and an immense evil aura surged out from his body, flowing into his fingertips. As the demonic energy poured into his fingers, they turned an obsidian black, and with a slight motion, the surrounding space itself collapsed under the force. Fall. With a roar, a black, ghostly beam shot from his fingers, as thick as an arm. Where the black light passed, both the thunderous platform and the void were torn apart, creating a massive crack and releasing a terrifying destructive force. An ant that hasn't even survived the 6th reincarnation tribulation dares to challenge me. You overestimate yourself. The heavenly emperor slowly stepped forward through the void, unafraid of the dark demon's terrifying killing move. He smiled lightly at the approach of the attack. The dark demon's strength was also at the peak of the 5th reincarnation stage. 2 half-demonic gods were nightmare figures in many parts of the Great Thousand Worlds, but before the heavenly emperor, they were as laughable as ants. So weak. Creak. Just as the ghostly light was about to pierce the heavenly emperor's body, the emperor subtly extended his hand. The hand, infused with countless profound lightning patterns, made contact with the ghostly beam, crushing it instantly. My lord, this. Seeing this scene, the 4 Red King stage experts' faces changed, and terror surged in their eyes. Their greatest hope was the dark demon, yet now, the demon was being played with like a child in the heavenly emperor's hands. It seemed the outcome was already decided. Since the dark curse is suppressed and cannot be used, we should retreat for now. After 2 failed attacks, the dark demon suppressed the surging evil energy within him and shook his head. Since you've come, why rush to leave? Thunder Abyss. Execution. The heavenly emperor smiled faintly as he watched the 6 evil auras fleeing like lost dogs. He extended his hand and forcefully grasped the air. In the void, countless silver lightning whirlpools appeared, like black holes, greedily devouring all living things and energy in the surrounding space. Under such extreme power, once consumed, even with their combined strength, the 6 of them would likely meet a fate of complete annihilation. Dark Demon. You bastard! In the void, the thunderous black holes erupted continuously with immense devouring force, which terrified the 6 of them. Among them, the bloodstone evil sovereign, seeing the dark demon struggling in the distance, couldn't help but curse. The dark demon, what a fraud. His current strength is simply insufficient to deal with the heavenly emperor. At the outset of this mission, the dark demon had boasted that everything was in place except for a mere detail. Bloodstone evil sovereign had just boarded this cursed ship, but now, seeing this scene, his hatred toward the dark demon was immense. Splurt. After failing to strike down the heavenly emperor twice, the dark demon was once again attacked by this silver black hole. His body trembled, and a dark red blood sprayed out. His face and aura instantly turned deathly pale. The 6 silver, thunderous black holes began to tremble, trapping the 6 of them. The continuous thunderous power tore through their source of evil energy, ripping it apart. Among the 6, except for the 2 half-demonic gods, the remaining 4 could faintly hear the sound of their bodies cracking. Their anguished, miserable howls echoed through the heavens and earth. Under the relentless assault of the thunderous black holes, the 4 Red King's stage bodies flickered in and out of visibility. Even their origins were severely damaged. If this continued, their fall would be inevitable. His strength has already reached the 6th reincarnation stage. The information we had about Half-Step's 6th reincarnation stage is wrong. Moreover, for some unknown reason, I can't activate my dark demon curse when facing him. It's as if some force on him is suppressing me. The dark demon spoke intermittently, his face filled with regret. The dark demon curse was not an ordinary evil artifact. It was a powerful evil item that the dark demon had fused with his own essence. This was his greatest asset. Even compared to extraterritorial evil artifacts, it ranked in the top 10. Once he reached the evil god stage, it could evolve into an evil divine artifact. But now, being restricted and unable to use it, his overall strength was greatly diminished. The only option now is to find a way to leave. There's an old saying in the Great Thousand Worlds. As long as the Green Mountains remain, one need not worry about firewood. I'll cover for you. You guys go quickly. The dark demon, filled with regret and a sense of righteousness, twisted his wounded body and leapt toward the heavenly emperor. It seemed he was determined to cover the retreat of the others. Unable to use the dark demon curse and unable to employ the strategies he had prepared specifically for the heavenly emperor, the dark demon was in a dire situation. Damn it! Get lost. Seeing the dark demon's serious expression, Bloodstone Evil Sovereign didn't have time to think. With a jolt, he unleashed a powerful evil force, instantly shaking off the dark demon. He knew that the 6 of them were all on the same doomed ship. If something went wrong, none of them would survive. Dark demon curse, I've already prepared for all of this. The heavenly emperor slowly walked toward them, and as he spoke, a subtle golden light pattern appeared on his forehead. This light pattern seemed insignificant, but the moment it appeared, the dark demon's entire body was heavily suppressed. Clearly, this was something the heavenly emperor had prepared specifically to deal with him. Heavenly emperor, even though you're a peerless powerhouse at the 6th reincarnation stage, today, I will make you pay a bloody price. After speaking, Bloodstone Evil Sovereign's body surged with black flames, and he snarled fiercely at the heavenly emperor. With no retreat left, it seemed the only option was to fight to the death. But this black flame was completely different from before. Upon it burned strands of blood-colored liquid, giving it an eerie, almost demonic appearance. The combined evil force from the black flames and the blood burned intensely, even causing the normally indifferent heavenly emperor to frown. Evil sovereign. The dark demon growled, seemingly trying to break free from the silver black hole's restraints to assist the former. But his body emitted a weak tremor, and he could only retreat helplessly. In such a tense situation, however, no one noticed the fleeting, maniacal smile that appeared on the dark demon's face. Old fool, let you be smug for a little while longer. The dark demon slowly backed away and moved toward the side, toward the White Hawk. My lord. The White Hawk spoke with a solemn expression, as if the two had prepared something in advance. Let's begin. Evil Sovereign can't hold out for long against the Heavenly Emperor with his current strength. After speaking, the White Hawk suddenly pulled back his sleeve. One by one, figures, as if in a deep slumber, appeared like miniature grains of sand, quietly standing on top. They were, in fact, several powerful figures from the heart of the immortal realm. The power contained within the purple gold gourd was even greater than that of the Heavenly Emperor at the 6th reincarnation stage. Evil blood burn. Ritual. Boom. Long, complex incantations were chanted from the bloodstone Evil Sovereign's mouth, and instantly, this guy's strength surged rapidly. Quasi-6th reincarnation stage? The self-igniting evil artifact technique from the extraterritorial evil clan? However, your strength is not at the peak of the 5th reincarnation stage. You're fluctuating. This seems like some sort of forced growth technique. How interesting. The Heavenly Emperor was a bit surprised, but he still did not dare to let his guard down. Although the 5th and quasi-6th reincarnation stages seemed close, only someone of his caliber could truly understand the vast difference between them. Abyss of black flames. Resist it. The bloodstone Evil Sovereign maintained a stern face and extended both hands, viciously grabbing at the surrounding silver black holes. The black flames burned as waves of evil black holes appeared, quickly enveloping the 5 of them, temporarily resolving their crisis. The circles of black holes burst forth with terrifying devouring power, capable of tearing apart space, and they held their ground against the silver black holes. Not bad. Then I will graciously entertain you for a while. The Heavenly Emperor suddenly looked up, his gaze falling on the edge of the thunder pool void, where a few faint presences had quietly snuck in. Since the others had arrived, it was time for a good show to begin. Evil Heart's burning flame. The bloodstone Evil Sovereign didn't care about the Heavenly Emperor. His entire body was surrounded by strange black flames, pulsating with blood as he stretched out his hand to block in front of him. With both hands forming seals, the dark black flames bizarrely shifted in color, turning blood red, just like human blood. Vom! The evil, mind-devouring blood-colored flames shot up into the sky. The thunder in the entire thunder pool vanished, and a howling wind of death echoed throughout the space. Special flames formed with evil power? Though not as strong as the sacred flame, in combination with the bloodstone Evil Sovereign's strength, it should not be underestimated. In the void, Xiao Yin and the others whispered, their voices faint, but a deep sense of shock surfaced in their hearts. The stability and suppression of this place, within the first divine palace and thunder pool, were overwhelming. What's more, the bloodstone Evil Sovereign's current state was clearly one of desperate, all-out fighting. Between the two half-demonic gods and the Heavenly Emperor, who would be stronger and who would be weaker? Boom! In the Thunder Pool realm, the 5 evil figures all fell silent, recovering their strength under the protection of the bloodstone Evil Sovereign. They knew full well that the Heavenly Emperor's power was not something to be taken lightly. Once the Evil Sovereign showed any sign of faltering, they would need to step in immediately. Quite a powerful force. But your 7th evil artifact was completely destroyed by the Taishu Immortal. Now, relying on flames of this level is truly overestimating yourself. The Heavenly Emperor slowly hovered in the void, the shrill hum of silver thunder spinning around him. Amidst this, the thunder transformed into complicated black holes. The power within those black holes seemed to be the most mysterious force in the celestial realm. Once drawn in, it would mean certain death. Evil Flame. 9 Hell's Evil Phoenix. Summoning his life essence and merging it with the black flames, the bloodstone Evil Sovereign's smile turned savage. He roared at the Heavenly Emperor, his voice as brutal as a wild beast's. A monstrous evil aura filled the thunder pool, turning the entire space into an apocalyptic scene. Boom! As his voice fell, the blood-red evil flames around the bloodstone Evil Sovereign surged violently. Suddenly, the void before him collapsed, and a blood-colored creature over 1,000 feet tall emerged, shattering the void. To think you can burn and collapse my Thunderpool's void? But this thing is a flame formed from evil power. Evil flame taking form? Though the bloodstone evil sovereign's attack was terrifying, it was immediately seen through by the Heavenly Emperor. The Heavenly Emperor, like a bloodthirsty warrior, slowly gathered the thunder around him. Creak. The sound of the void distorting and shattering echoed, followed by a piercing cry. 1,000-foot-long blood-red feathered flame phoenix, twisted and sinister, flapped its wings, the flames howling as it charged out. Its 9 vicious blood-red heads reached for the Heavenly Emperor, the flames and feathers around it swaying like waves of destructive evil. Vom! The Heavenly Emperor was momentarily stunned by the gaze of the creature, a brief dizziness attacking his mind. Indeed worthy to be my opponent. Heavenly Realm Thunder. Thunder, come forth. A deep, frenzied voice finally rang out from the normally calm Heavenly Emperor. Immediately, the entire Thunder Pool world seemed to respond to a call. Countless strands of silver lightning slowly gathered around the Heavenly Emperor, the roaring, violent energy causing the entire world to tremble. A sense of fear and dread subtly spread through the hearts of all present, as if the very air around them had become charged with unease. The sky howled with fierce lightning, and the intense fluctuations in the air seemed to carry an almost excited energy, as if the very forces were welcoming the return of their supreme ruler. The thunder of the celestial realm? In the shadows, Xiao Yan's lips curled slightly, and his body began to stir. The gray thunder hidden deep within him surged uncontrollably, as if it had sensed a force capable of commanding its full attention. What's happening? Due to their distance, the 4 of them huddled together in a narrow space, with Yun, deeply concerned, gently exhaling a warm breath near Xiao Yan's ear as she spoke. Buzz. Buzz. Xiao Yan furrowed his brow at Yun's unexpected closeness, but he quickly composed himself. The Heavenly Emperor's power is not to be underestimated, Xiao Yan said quickly, trying to steer the conversation elsewhere. Moreover, the strength of that dark demon is likely not as simple as it appears. Back then, when he secretly ambushed my teacher, a single blow left him gravely wounded. I don't believe his strength is just at the peak of the 5th reincarnation stage. Yun's delicate face flushed slightly, but she quickly shifted her attention, her voice steady. Regardless of what happens, the Heavenly Emperor cannot lose. If he wins, it will be fine. But if he loses, if the Heavenly Emperor fails, I fear no one in the center of the immortal realm will be able to stop them. Don't worry. Ha ha ha. Heavenly Emperor, this time, I will see how you handle this. Chi. After summoning the 9-headed evil phoenix, the bloodstone evil sovereign felt his vitality and bloodline energy diminish greatly, as if he were an elderly man nearing his twilight. Yet, his face still wore a crazed expression as he gazed at the Heavenly Emperor. Strong attacks, but do you think this mere power can erase me? The Heavenly Emperor said indifferently, raising his hand. A small, heart-like lightning core appeared within his palm. With every beat of this lightning heart, the surrounding hearts and souls trembled with a primal fear. This was the thunder of the celestial realm, the embodiment of the very rules of the celestial realm. It was not something a mere half-demonic god could withstand. Then, let's add one more. My true name, Bloodstone, merge with me. The bloodstone evil sovereign's madness reached a peak as he ripped the evil, blood-red stone from his chest. The stone was covered in countless blood-red lines, like a swarm of evil creatures, devouring everything in its path. Crack! The 9-headed evil phoenix, sensing the stone, surged forward with greed in its eyes and easily devoured it. Glurp! After consuming the bloodstone, the 9-headed evil phoenix's body exploded in size, growing to a towering height of 10,000 feet. Within its massive body, blood-red flames and what seemed like insect-like creatures hummed in unison, the explosive power shaking the heavens and earth. The destructive force was beyond description. Let's test this then. At this moment, the Heavenly Emperor's earlier arrogance vanished completely. Even with the full force of the extraterritorial half-demonic god's final blow, the Heavenly Emperor could sense the threat of death looming nearby. 9 Phoenix Evil Devour. The bloodstone evil sovereign, barely clinging to life, shouted in fury. The gigantic phoenix, over 10,000 feet tall, let out a long, eerie cry. The evil, blood-red flames and dark mist poured down like an overwhelming storm. The nine-headed evil phoenix shattered, releasing an onslaught of unimaginable demonic power, hurtling straight toward the heavenly emperor. 9 blood-red pillars of light, like falling meteors, carried immense evil energy, crashing down with a powerful hum that suppressed everything in their path. From a distance, it appeared as if 9 evil fire phoenixes had formed deadly chains, aiming straight for the heavenly emperor's heart. Heart of heavenly thunder. The heavenly emperor's face changed slightly. With a swift motion, his hand raised, and the lightning heart sliced through the sky, meeting the endless torrent of demonic power head-on. Boom! As the two forces collided, the heavens and the celestial pool space were torn apart. Destructive ripples spread out at a terrifying speed. The once stable void in the thunder pool space was violently split open, revealing a bottomless abyss. Within the abyss, blood-red flames erupted, their explosive energy making even the 5-fold reincarnation stage experts feel their scalp tingle. The entire thunder pool was shaking with rumbling thunder, and the once solid void slowly began to collapse. Thunderous waves and evil surges ravaged everything.